You're doing all the things, but nothing's working. WTF, right? What's going on? You're eating clean, you're working out, you're doing what you're supposed to, drinking water, going for walks, yet you're stuck. Things aren't moving. Maybe they're not moving in the right direction. And you're like, this sucks. This is BS, right? It is BS because I was there 3.5 years ago, doing all the things, trying all the things. It's that shiny thing. Okay, let's do keto. Let me try that. Worked for a hot minute, then stopped working. Okay. Intermittent fasting. That has to work. Everybody's doing intermittent fasting. That has to work. Okay. Didn't change anything, just did intermittent fasting. Didn't really work. Tried these drinks that were supposed to help me. Yeah, about a week. Didn't really work. Low carb, not really. High carb, not really. Low fat, no. High protein, no. Shakes, no. And you try all these things. And one, none of them are sustainable. You can't stay with it because life happens. You're just like, this is just too difficult. I can't, I have to go to a party and I have to eat cake. And that sends me over the edge and that gets me to a binge and it puts me in a bad state. And you know the drill. But then you go back to, I'm eating everything I'm supposed to. I'm moving more and perimenopause. My joints hurt. I have headaches, hot flashes, menopause. It must be that. It must be that. It must be that's the reason why I'm gaining inches. That's why I'm getting all this fluff. That's why I'm getting a tummy. Yes and no. That's part of it. Things happen when we go through menopause, estrogen changes, but a lot of it's what we're doing. A lot of it is thinking that we're doing all the things right because you don't know what you don't know. Yes, you have been told things and you listen and you implement. But what we've been told, the belief systems that we have, not really working. Doesn't. The move more, eat less is total BS. So if you were eating clean and not eating enough, you're probably going to gain some inches and gain body fat. Not fair, right? If you're eating clean and you're not getting the right macronutrients, enough protein, enough fat, enough carbohydrates, you may not see the results that you want. And I get it. I totally understand when people say, but tracking is going to put me in a bad place. I've done tracking before. It doesn't work. I get obsessive. I understand that. But when we tracked before is because we had to make sure that we didn't eat too much, right? That's what it was. It was to make sure that we stayed under 1,000 calories or 1,200 calories. Okay. Now, the reason that you need to track now is because you need a certain amount of macronutrients. You need a certain amount of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. And I will tell you, with most of my clients, when they start tracking and when they start eating real food, not the packaged stuff, not the stuff in the freezer section, not the stuff that somebody sends you with a shake or that kind of thing. When you start eating real food, the stuff around the perimeters of the grocery store, meats, fruit, vegetables, real food. It's amazing how much you have to eat in order to get the nutrition that you need. Because guess what? Yeah, we do eat too much. We are way overfed, but we're undernourished. Yeah, we're way overfed, but undernourished. And what do I mean by that? Is that we eat junk food, we eat processed food that is calorie dense, but not nutrition dense. It has little to no nutritional value whatsoever. So you are not getting what you need. Your body is one big chemical reaction. It needs certain things in order to work. If you are fueling it subpar, it's going to work because our bodies are programmed to survive, but it's not going to work as well as you want to. You're going to feel headaches, tiredness, brain fog, joints ache. Maybe you're not sleeping as well. Maybe you have no energy in the morning. And guess what we blame that on? We blame it on perimenopause and menopause. Absolutely, because those are symptoms of that. Or maybe it's midlife if you're a guy and you're like, oh, it's low T, low testosterone. But if we're actually fueling our body with what we need, guess what happens? Okay, the inflammation goes down. You start to lose inches. And if you pair that with good fitness, good exercise, not, how do I put this? Not balls the wall every single day, not hit every day. And you're actually adding muscle building. Now you're increasing your metabolism. Now you're changing the body shape because you are increasing muscle. And eventually that metabolism will go up. If you're fueling your body, you can start using body fat for fuel. Because I will tell you, when you starve, it's not muscle that you're using. It's a little, or it's not body, excuse me. Let me repeat that. It's not fat that you're using. It's muscle that you're using. So when you starve yourself, it's fat that you are holding on to. It's not what's going away, even though that's what we're told. What? Are you kidding me? That's why my stomach is growling, because I was told I was going to be burning fat. No, you're burning muscle. You're going to burn a little bit. You'll burn a little bit of fat, but it's not going to be a majority. That's not fair, right? It's not fair at all. But what can you do about it? Stop worrying about calories. Stop worrying about, hey, I'm being clean. I'm making the right decisions because I'm being clean. Start tracking. And you don't have to track all the time, but when you start tracking to make sure that you are getting enough protein, fats, and carbohydrates, when you are eating real food, and yeah, clean, but you have to make sure you're getting the right nutrition. And then pairing it with smart exercise. That does not mean going to 3 classes a day or doing tons of HIIT every single day. That's actually not good for your body. Your body needs to build muscle. It needs to recover. And doing that high intensity every single day is actually going to break you down. We don't want to do that. We want to improve. So HIIT's great 2-3 times a week. But what you really need to do is start muscle building, because that is going to increase your metabolism. Pairing that with the food, now we're looking at increasing metabolism, burning fat. It's a win-win. So when you look at your macronutrients and then you use that with working out, and I do coach intermittent fasting, but intermittent fasting is a tool. It's not a diet. Let me repeat that. Intermittent fasting is a tool, not a diet. Then it's amazing on what can happen. So you got to eat and you got to build muscle. Those are the two things. You've got to eat, you've got to build muscle. But you're like, okay, I'm freaking busy. How the hell am I supposed to do this? Deep breath. Take some time for yourself. Know how to plan. Plan those 30-minute workouts for yourself. That's all you need. You don't need 3 to 4 hours. Plan your meals. Make them easy. Make them doable. You don't have to have 5 courses. But when you plan and you get everything set up, and then you have your 30-minute workouts, and those are planned and those are in your calendar, and you show up for yourself. That's the other big one. You got to show up for yourself. And the other one is that you have to have, I'm going to tell you, the positive attitude, that a can-do attitude, that I can do this. I can make this work, because you are important. You are wanting to get healthy. You are wanting to get better. You are wanting to feel better. one of the things I had to keep telling myself is what I was doing was working. I wouldn't have been there. Now I am here 3.5 years later. I'm stronger, no more migraines, no more joint pain. It's freaking amazing. It's in my genes. It's amazing what you can do and how you can feel. And not only that, preventing disease, that's huge. But in your second chapter, getting stronger, getting the body that you want, and getting healthier. It's all about that. So if you think you're doing all the right things and you're like, I just don't get it, I don't understand why, I just don't understand why, look at what you're doing. Are you tracking, or are you just going with the flow and you're being healthy and you're working out all these hours? And like, maybe you need to step back a little bit, work on your nutrition, work on increasing your muscle, not so much cardio, not so much HIIT. Don't do those 3 classes every day. And you'll be surprised at what happens. It's amazing when you give your body what it actually needs, and then it's able to do what it needs to do. And you'll be happy when your body is working. Your hormones will be happy. You will feel better. You'll have more energy. You will have the less brain fog, less headaches. Pretty crazy, right? And it all comes down to 2 simple things: our nutrition and our fitness. If you found this interesting, please comment. Having questions, feel free to DM me. If you want to read part of this is a blog on amykwilson.com. You can go check out the blog. And if you want to set up anything, feel free to message me and we can chat. Otherwise, like and subscribe to this channel so that you will get notified when I do another video on the Nutrition Coach Pharmacist. I'm Amy Wilson. Until next time, be healthy.